Hello, Namaste everybody. I am Rajkumar Dakal, a fellow from Nepal for a multimodal approach to teacher professional development in low resource setting by Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. So I have completed an action research in the topic and action research on conducting science practical classes by preparing and using worksheets. So my academic mentor who supported me is Dr. Sabin Padelkar and my field mentor is Dr. Vinod Prasad Panta. This action research is done for the following context. Science teaching would be incomplete when it is applied to theoretical aspects only. To make the students innovative and to provide scientific knowledge, the theoretical aspects in teaching science plays the very important role. Most Asian countries like Nepal focus on the theoretical aspect of teaching and learning. Practical activities in learning science are the most effective tools without which the learning would be incomplete. This study focused on the engagement of students in practical classes by using worksheets prepared by teachers themselves. The research questions the research questions for my action research are: how do teachers improve their pedagogical practice in conducting science practical classes by preparing and using worksheets? What are teachers' reflections about the effectiveness of worksheets? For this action research, 6 science teachers from 6 different schools of Kanski district have been selected. Among them, 3 from private schools, 2 from community schools, and 1 from trust-run school. And I have collected the data by various ways. Teachers' reflections were collected by using Google Forms, and these were modified into Google Sheets. One focus group discussion in physical mode and collected the written forms, and the data were analyzed by qualitative methods. Part of intervention in first cycle. So we have conducted 3 physical meetings of the teachers and few virtual meetings to discuss about the AR practice and to get the consent. One workshop have been done which prepared the worksheets for 3 different practical classes in collaboration of each other, and our Google form was collected for pre-research survey. And as a part of the classroom activities, so we have conducted 3 practical classes in all different schools, and I have made the classroom observations in 3 different schools. And when I went for the class observations, I had opportunity to meet with head teachers of 3 different schools. Data were collected by using the Google Forms after implementing each practical class, and after completing 3 practical classes in all 6 different schools, one focus group discussion of the respondent teachers have been made, with the help of which I have collected the reflection form. Analyzing the data collected from first cycle, we had a physical meeting with respondent teachers, and then we have done one physical workshop which prepared one worksheet for a practical class to be conducted in all schools. And we have completed the practical class in all different schools, and from this second cycle the data again were collected by the Google Forms, and the worksheets prepared by the teachers in their collaboration were modified little than in the first cycle, so that we have compared the performance of the students in first cycle and second cycle. Following findings are made by analyzing the data collected from first and second cycle. Practical classes are not conducted in the schools regularly except in one. Demonstration and occasional activities are used in teaching learning practices. The use of worksheets in practical classes increase the interest of students in practical activities. Students take a very good response in using worksheets for practical classes, and their performance is found good. The practical classes can be made effective by preparing worksheets with the involvement of students. The performance of students was found good after conducting few practical classes by using worksheets. The regular use of worksheets to conduct practical classes could increase the interest of students in learning science. Science teaching could be made fruitful by using practical classes. The participating teachers are planning to use worksheets while taking practical classes in their day-to-day teaching learning practices. Conducting this action research, the teachers were found enthusiastic and prepared to conduct practical classes by using worksheets. They are found engaging and innovative, and they need some TPD trainings. In the other side, the students are engaged very positively and they are found interested in learning science by using the practical classes. And responding about the principles were found positive to manage laboratories and practical classes for the students so that practical classes are run effectively throughout the year, allocating in the school's timetable. And I have found some of the challenges over the year while conducting the practical these action research. So in these two different schools, there are different academic calendar as the schools are different in nature. And in some schools, there is insufficient space in the laboratories. And in some schools, it is found lack of materials in the laboratories. And teachers found very difficult to manage the time due to more teaching loads. And in most of the schools, there is the no provision of lab assistance. So that also could be a challenging for the teachers, as well as it was one of the challenge for me to complete my action research. In science plays a very important role in enhancing creative learning of the students. This action research have some implications for the educational leaders. TPD training for science teachers has to be initiated and conducted regularly on the use of practical activities in teaching science. Government funds for education should be allocated to build, equip and sustain STEM laboratories in the schools. Science practical classes should be allocated on the school timetable and regular supervision should be carried out in the classroom to ensure the effectiveness of implementation. At the same time, there are some implications for the teachers as well. There are some future directives also. For the teachers, science teachers should be motivated to take the practical approach of teaching science instead of just the theoretical approach. The teachers should motivate the students so that the students focus on learning by doing. Science teachers have to properly design adaptive practices for learners that will enhance learners' interest toward science and use the acquired competencies to satisfy needs for the society. Science teachers need to use low-cost, no-cost materials in the labs as far as possible. This action research considered the rationale of conducting practical activities by using worksheets in teaching and learning science. One of the important pedagogical aspects of teaching science is the inclusion of practical activities in teaching learning processes. I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the participating teachers, the principals of different schools, my dear students of all different schools, and I cannot forget my academic mentor, Dr. Shamin, and my field mentor, Dr. Binod Panta. And I would express my sincere gratitude to Team Tata Institute of Social Sciences for providing this wonderful opportunity to me. Thank you very much. Thank you all.